Meet Michael, the future gamer. Everyone meet Michael, a visual representation of the future gamer. We at onlinecasino.ca conducted a study and predicted how avid gamers could look in the next 20 years if they didn't change their lifestyle habits. From sleep deprivation and dehydration to lack of vitamin D, digital eye strain, and PlayStation thumb. These are just some of the physical implications of spending hours online in a gaming chair away from sunlight and physical activity. So how serious is this? We reveal Michael, the future gamer of 2040. The reality of the issue. According to Limelight, the average gamer spends 6 hours each week playing online video games, which is an increase of 19.3% in the last year. Gamers in the UK play the most 17.15 hours per week, with many even becoming addicts and spending up to 18 hours a day online. Video game addiction is now recognized as an official psychological disorder by WHO, World Health Organization, and referred to gaming disorder, despite opposition from the industry and academics. What is gaming disorder? According to the World Health Organization, gaming disorder will be distinguished by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests of daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. With this being recognized as a worldwide issue and gaming hours on the rise, just what impact does this have on our physical appearance and health? We conducted an in-depth research into every physical impact on the body and health of a human being from spending too much time indoors and online, and here is what we found out. Indented skull from pressure and overuse of headphones, dark circles from sleep deprivation and excessive screen time, hunched back, poor posture over time, obese from increased food intake and lack of exercise, pale skin, deficiency in vitamins B12 and D, PlayStation thumb, repetitive strain from excessive use of controller, Nintendo arthritis, ulceration on hands from excessive controller use, bloodshot eyes, irritation from staring at a monitor, lack of sunlight and vitamin D resulting in bald patches, rounded shoulders from lack of movement, eczema self-induced, first-person shooter, excessive use of mouse and keyboard causing numbness, blisters on fingertips from excessive use of controller or keyboard, trigger finger, repetitive strain injury, swollen ankles from lack of movement, head, black rings under eyes, increased periods of screen activity with game playing over a long period of time can cause black rings to form in the skin under your eyes, bloodshot eyes aka digital eye strain, extended periods of time also cause computer vision syndrome or digital eye strain, which presents itself as dry and bloodshot eyes. This causes irritation, redness, and the inability to focus and double or blurred vision, with the brightness, resolution, glare, and quality of your screen affecting this. Hair loss. Vitamin D is essential to our health, but because it is absorbed mostly from sun exposure and certain foods, our future gamer is currently lacking in it. Because the body is lacking vitamin D, it means hair loss occurs. New and old hair follicles are not stimulated and new hair growth is stunted. Indent in skull. Consistent light pressure built up over a number of years could cause an indent in the hair, skin, and skull if stressed long enough. This means that overuse of headsets during gameplay over 20 years could cause deformation. Hairy ears. Due to poor air quality and a lack of circulation, more hair is likely to grow around the ears. This is a defense mechanism of the body that the body is creating to protect the dirt and debris it no longer feels is removed. Hands. PlayStation thumb and blister fingertips, known as PlayStation thumb. Onycholysis is a nail disorder caused by repetitive human trauma, such as tapping fingernails on a keyboard or controller, causes the fingernail to loosen from its nail bed. These repetitive motions from game playing can also induce pain from muscle stiffness and blisters in the fingertips from overuse. Nintendo arthritis. Nintendo arthritis, aka Nintenditis, is a new type of repetitive strain injury that causes ulceration and calluses on the hands. If these are intertwined with key nerves as they develop, they will not be able to be surgically removed. Trigger finger. Trigger finger, sometimes known as gamer's thumb, is a term when you put a strain on the tendons in your thumb or ring finger for long periods of time. This causes them to become so inflamed from gaming that you suffer pain, limited movement, and a locking sensation when trying to straighten or bend your finger. First-person shooter, or carpal tunnel syndrome is a condition caused by repetitive motion and overuse of a computer mouse and keyboard. This compresses the carpal tunnel, causing nerve and weakness to the palmar adduction. This causes a burning sensation in the fingers and thumb, as well as sharp pains in the arms and shoulder. If this is not treated in time, this can lead to a numbness and eventually tumors on the wrists, with amputation as the only effective treatment. Body, hunchback and rounded shoulders, a condition that slowly develops over time. A hyperextended neck, rounded shoulders, and hunchback will start as a dull pain occasionally and work its way from your neck to your hands and back as the strains slowly create a bend in the neck, which creates the hunchback. This is caused by elongated periods of time sitting in uncomfortable positions without stretching or counteracting with regular exercise. Muscular stiffness. Staying tense in these uncomfortable positions for extended periods of time will also cause pain in your shoulders. Excessive gaming and sleep deprivation adding to raised and tense shoulders, which over time develop into a repetitive brain strain injury. Obesity. With intense periods of gaming, nutrition is the first thing to go out the window. Not only are you idle for long periods of time, but if you do remember to eat, it will most likely be a quick, easy, and calorific takeaway, alongside plenty of fizzy drinks, so you can get back into gaming on a sugar high. Over the years, the pounds are going to pile on. Eczema. Red, inflamed skin can flare up due to triggered raw foods, dry air, and stress, amongst other things. During intense gaming sessions, when continual stress can occur, the body releases a hormone called cortisol, which can increase inflammation throughout the body and cause an eczema flare-up. Pale skin, lacking in vitamin D and B12 due to lack of sunlight and consuming too much junk food, means our future gamer has pasty skin, a symptom of B12 deficiency. Pale skin is caused by the reduction of the red blood cells. Varicose veins. Varicose veins can form when you remain in the same position for prolonged periods of time. This causes valves of your veins not to function properly, allowing blood to leak and flow backwards, causing the blood to collect and swell. Swollen ankles. Due to sitting for long periods of time, ankles will become swollen. This is because when inactive for increasing amounts of time, muscles cannot pump fluid back towards the heart, so fluid and blood retains around the ankles, causing swelling and discomfort. A closer look. Online gaming might be better for ease of access, choice of games, and privacy, but if you don't pay attention to your lifestyle, the future gamer could be your future. By being mindful of your posture, your intake, and screen time, you can create a more balanced lifestyle that can counteract those gaming hours. The plan to support gaming disorders. The recognition of gaming disorders has led the NHS launching a long-term plan for the UK's National Centre for Gaming Disorders. The plan designed to combat gaming disorder is headed up by Professor Henrietta Bowden-Jones, who revealed the constantly on environment in gaming means that games easily becomes addictive, with players feeling the pressure not to let their teammates down by exiting the game, especially in a global digital world with no switch-off time. When paired with decision-making based on reward systems, this leads to high levels of impulsivity. Add in the dopamine hits related to the short-term wins, and this means that gamers are constantly searching for the next victory rush. But does everything come down to the game? Clinical psychologist Rebecca Lockwood from the National Center for Gaming Disorders touches on the mental health aspects and the allure of gaming, saying, "I think there's a lot of social anxiety in young people who are gaming. Gaming is a safe space. You can create a new identity for yourself, suggesting psychological problems like anxiety and depression exist prior to the addiction, and that gaming allows people to escape from this by creating an identity or connecting to similar people online. But it can also leave them susceptible to addiction and trigger those pre-existing conditions. The gaming industry strongly opposed the recognition of gaming addiction from the World Health Organization, arguing this could overshadow underlying issues such as anxiety or depression. 5 tips for avid gamers for staying fit and healthy. 1. Exercise. Making sure you take time to get up, stretch, and exercise will warm up your muscles, keep your joints lubricated, and reduce the amount of pain in hunched shoulders, stiff muscles, and help tackle obesity. 2. Prevent eye strain. Avoid glare from your screen by evenly lighting the room. Remember to blink and also rest your eyes by taking breaks in between games. 3. Healthy diet. Eating a poor diet can lead to malnourishment and reduce your mental and physical health. Not only should you eat a balanced diet for your health, but it will also support your in-game performance by helping decision-making, concentration, and energy levels. 4. Posture. Save yourself from that horrible hunch by reminding yourself to sit properly and stretch. Not only will this help with short-term aches and pains, it will protect you from the future gamer hunchback and rounded shoulders. The best tip here is to invest in a decent chair. Make sure your monitor is at eye level and regular stretching and movement. 5. Hydrate. Gamers are drawn to soft and energy drinks, but do not forget about the importance of H2O. This is because our body loses water. As our body loses water, we lose energy. It is important to stay hydrated, if not only for energy, but for your health too.